So I'm going to talk a little bit about my current situation and how things are going. It's been 10 years since I had my twin daughters. They are doing really well, thriving. They are top of their class, and behaviorally, I've never really had any issues. I breastfed them for a number of years. I think it made us close. I think those years spent kind of having them kind of under the bosom, as you would say, contributed to creating a bond. I think I felt close to them then because I had to be very responsive. And I feel close to them now, I think as a byproduct of, I guess, years of investment, so to speak. And I think because I was so focused on them for so long. And then as they went to school, I kind of had to let go a little bit of the reins and trust in other people. And like I said, they did really well, and they do throughout the year here for school-age kids. One of them got the top score that you can possibly get, I think, in one of the I think it was in math. It was either in math. Yeah, I think it was in math, which kind of blew me away. I mean, I know she's really good in math, but I mean, yeah, so she was 99 percentile. And the other one is just right behind her all the time. They're either, one is ahead and the other one's right behind it. The other one's ahead. So they're just kind of neck and neck. Really, really, really strong students and learners. And so they've been in school since kindergarten. And this year I decided to try my hand at homeschooling. I felt like there was a little bit more kind of feedback that I was getting from the girls. One of them in particular was having just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it was she didn't really know how to respond to the way this girl was acting towards her. And so because she was, kind of loud and, would be kind of like, stop it, or, I don't know, just kind of a little bit more, how would you describe it? I think she had a hard time with a different kind of energy. This was a new girl at the school. It's a Christian school. Everybody was super close, but this girl was very kind of worldly, I guess you would say, which is not a bad thing, but I mean, just kind of different for the school. She just had other experiences, and she, so she would talk about things that my girls had never been exposed to. And so they'd come home and ask me about this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to go there. We'll talk about it. So anyway, and then one of the girls just had a little bit more difficult time handling that energy. Like she was just more kind of confrontational with her. I think she felt very, not jealous of my daughter, but more kind of like she had to compete. So there was more competition going on there. And so anyway, I just felt like she would come home frustrated and I wouldn't really know how to help. I mean, she'd get out of it after, 20 minutes at home. I was still getting really positive feedback from the school because the school was like, she does great academically and she's, liked by all the students. But I could tell that she wasn't happy, and I hate to say that. I would say that, not that she wasn't happy, but that she wasn't as happy as she had been in previous years there. And so I was thinking, well, do I let this go on? Is this just kind of a byproduct of getting older and the kids are getting more exposed to different things? And, there are going to be new kids that come in and, there's going to be kind of that discontent that happens with kids. They get all wound up in school and they come home and they bring that energy home and it's really hard for them to decompress. So anyway, I decided, and my other one was having a good time, but there's I didn't feel like the school was putting on any pressure for them to achieve, but I think they just naturally want to achieve. They have that gift or curse, whatever you want to call it, but where they always try to, do their best. And sometimes that puts a lot of undue pressure on you can put a lot of undue pressure on yourself if you're always trying to make an A, or that you feel ashamed if you don't know the answer or something like that. So there was a lot of pressure, and I didn't know how to kind of take that off, because no matter how many times I said, I don't care what you bring home. um, and I really don't. As long as they have C's and above, I really was okay with that. I just wanted, to me, it's more important that they are learning in an environment in which it's conducive to learning, right? I mean, it's about the environment. If your environment is bad, you can learn there, but I think there's a lot of there can be some kind of a price to pay. It's a lot easier to learn when your environment is relaxed and healthy and whatever. Not to say that the school did anything wrong, but I think when you're with a bunch of kids, the environment can be a little stressful. And, everybody wants to know what everybody's, where they've been, and what they're wearing, or, what they're doing. And, there's just a lot of competition and wanting to blend in and be like other kids. So I wanted to take some of that away. So I say all this to say that we decided to homeschool. And they are doing so good. So far, so good. I'll talk a little bit more about kind of the method that I use right now. It's very flexible. We're not doing the school thing where, they're sitting at a desk for 8 hours. It's a little bit different from that. It's more about, exposing them to the core subjects, and then, focusing on what they might need help with. And kind of it's all kind of tailored to where they are. I'm doing a lot of review right now, so it's kind of easy for them. But I'm not belaboring something. If they've already got it, then we move on. And then maybe, I go back and kind of test them on old material to make sure that they really have it. But we're not going to be kind of doing it just to do it, right? So most of what we're learning and doing, there's a purpose to it. And so anyway, today we happen to have our first field trip. And remember, this is my first year, so I'm doing the best that I can do. But this is our field trip day, and they're at the beach right now. We're at the beach right now, and they're in the water. And so they've been learning about different things. They each had to come up with 3 questions that they had about the world around them, what's happening. And since we're at the beach, that's what they have been inquiring about. And so we've been looking it up as they go along, and we've gotten more than 3 questions right, because we're here, and whether it's a particular type of tree that we're looking at, or a fish that they've seen, or whether turtles can see, are colorblind or not, whatever. It's just nice that they learn through their interests. So we're homeschooling today, and tomorrow we'll be back to school as usual. But I just wanted to say, it's really nice to have these opportunities. Not every country can do that, right? I heard that North Carolina, surprisingly, has the highest rate of homeschoolers. And I think after that is Florida. And that's interesting. I think it was 10% of families in North Carolina homeschool, which I don't know where that comes from, but I find it really fascinating. But anyway, I just wanted to say hi and share with you what my days are consisting of. I do work from home, and so I'm blessed to be able to do that. I can even work on the beach. So, I do not take any of that for granted. And so that's what we're doing. I will tune back in, but I hope you all are doing well. And for all you families that have gone back to school, I hope you would consider other alternatives if things aren't going well, or you find things that, maybe some additional family time would be good, considering homeschooling for a year or two. It doesn't have to be forever. And to remember that there are way different ways to do it. So anyway, have a good one, and talk to you all soon. By the way, I wanted to show you my hairstyle. This is what my daughter did. She's got matching styles. She did with these 2 little poofs. She's got that, but of course she's got a lot more hair, and it's a lot longer, so it goes down, and mine is kind of short or whatever. But she wanted to, she's interested in doing hair, and so That's also part of homeschooling, right? Is having them pursue their interests. And she wanted to do my hair, and so we're twins today, me and one of my daughters. My other daughter, she doesn't like to have her hair done, so she said another day we can be triplets. But anyway, for today, this is what she did, and it took her about maybe an hour last night to do it. But that's part of homeschooling. All right, or our homeschool. Okay, bye.